Craziest moments in F1 history. Do you think Formula One is just about fast cars and skilled drivers? Think again. Imagine a race where not one, not two, but three drivers set the exact same time down to milliseconds in qualifying. Can you believe that actually happened? Or how about a race where a driver went from last place to first place in the final lap? Yes, these moments happened in F1, and including this, more great moments are covered in this one video, so stay tuned till the end. In the 2010 Chinese Grand Prix, things took an even wilder turn. A Red Bull car literally went airborne. Toro Rosso's driver, Sebastian Olivier Buemi, was in a bone-chilling crash as he raced down a back straight at a heart-stopping 180 miles an hour. Miraculously, Buemi managed to escape the crash, and fortunately, there were no serious injuries. Now let's talk about another insane moment, this time at Monza. An Australian driver, Alex Peroni, had a hair-raising encounter when he collided with a curb at a blazing 150 miles per hour. This collision sent his car soaring through the air, flipping several meters before crashing into a safety fence. It's unbelievable, but Peroni managed to walk away without any apparent injuries, though his racing team later revealed that he did break a vertebrae. He deserves an award for having the courage to keep racing after such a terrifying incident. In the middle of a Formula One race, an unexpected visitor sprinted onto the track right in the path of cars racing at a blazing 160 miles per hour. The safety car had to be deployed immediately. And guess who caused this uproar? Let us know your guesses in the comment section below. Now, let's switch gears to an award-worthy moment. Kimi Matthias Räikkönen, a Formula One sensation, received an award during the season opener. Why? Because he had dominated the championship with 5 impressive wins. Now let's shift our focus to a moment that's etched in Formula One history. At the 2010 European Grand Prix, Mark Webber was having a tough race, dropping from second place to a dismal 18th. But the real drama unfolded in lap 10. Webber attempted a daring overtake on the fastest part of the circuit, and things took a terrifying turn. His front right tire made contact with the rear of Lotus driver Heikki Kovalinen's car, sending Webber's car soaring into the air. It landed on its nose at a staggering 190 miles per hour before bouncing and crashing into the tire barrier. The good news? Webber walked away unscathed. However, his car was left in shambles. It was a brutal moment that left everyone in disbelief. Now let's rewind to a moment in Formula One history that's truly unique. Michael Schumacher, leading the championship by just 1 point, found himself in a high-stakes showdown with his rival at the European Grand Prix. The tension was palpable, as both drivers aimed to set their fastest qualifying times. But what unfolded was beyond anyone's imagination. They both clocked the exact same time, down to the millisecond. To add an extra layer of complexity, Schumacher's competitor's teammate managed to match that very same time in qualifying. Yet this story gets even crazier, as what Sebastian Vettel achieved at Monza was simply mind-blowing. Before the 2008 Italian Grand Prix, Vettel had only earned 19 points in his entire Formula One career. He was racing for the Scuderia Toro Rosso team, a small outfit. But at Monza, something extraordinary happened. A 21-year-old Vettel shocked the world by claiming pole position for Toro Rosso's STR3 team. But that's not all. During the race weekend, the German sensation did the unthinkable. He not only won the race, but did so with a stunning lead of 12 seconds ahead of Heikki Kovalinen's McLaren. It was the ultimate underdog story. Not only did Vettel secure his first ever Formula One victory, but he also secured Toro Rosso's first win in the history of the sport. Even Toro Rosso's team principal, Franz Tost, couldn't wrap his head around it. Now let me take you back to the year 1993, when the Formula One world witnessed a truly unbelievable and shocking event. Damon Hill had just claimed victory at the Belgian Grand Prix, but the real spectacle unfolded on the racetrack. Minority teammates Christian Fittipaldi and Pierluigi Martini were racing neck and neck, hurtling toward speeds of almost 200 miles per hour. It seemed like a routine overtake was in the works when Fittipaldi attempted to pass Martini. However, this this is where things took a bizarre twist. Instead of a simple brush between their cars, Fittipaldi's car defied gravity. It performed a jaw-dropping 360-degree backflip before miraculously landing back on its wheels and crossing the finish line. Yes, this actually happened. The most astonishing part is that nobody was injured and both drivers managed to complete the race without losing their positions. However, this incident left Fittipaldi furious with his teammate. He expressed his relief at being alive and decided not to waste his time arguing with Martini. In Fittipaldi's eyes, that moment marked his teammate as someone not worth engaging with, describing him as dirty and an imbecile. During the 2021 Hungarian Grand Prix, a race where Esteban Ocon celebrated his first ever F1 win, a big deal in itself. But here's the kicker, something even more mind-blowing occurred. In the very first lap, at the very first corner, former Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas made a big mistake. He braked too late and crashed into Lando Norris. This set off a chain reaction involving 4 cars, including Red Bull drivers Verstappen and Perez. It was like a high-speed domino effect. But the craziness didn't stop there. Lance Stroll from Aston Martin also made an error and collided with Leclerc, who then bumped into Daniel Ricciardo's McLaren. All of this chaos unfolded in the same corner at the same time. It was like a real-life roller coaster. As expected, the race had to be stopped temporarily with a red flag. Now here's the twist. Before this incident, all the drivers were using special tires because of the rain. But by the time they were ready to restart the race, the track had dried up super quickly. So all the drivers, except one, Lewis Hamilton, rushed into the pits to put on different tires. This meant that when the race restarted, Hamilton was the only driver on the starting grid while everyone else was in the pits. We're taking you back to the year 1991 in Brazil, where the legendary Ayrton Senna achieved the seemingly impossible. Senna had already secured pole position, outclassing the formidable Williams duo of Riccardo Patrese and Nigel Mansell, alongside his own teammate Gerhard Berger and Ferrari's Jean Alesi and Alain Prost. The race started perfectly for Senna as he sprinted ahead, leaving the rest of the drivers trailing in his wake. However, the story takes a dramatic turn. After Senna made a pit stop, Mansell began closing the gap, reducing Senna's lead to just 7 seconds. And things got even more intense when Senna's gearbox started acting up, causing him to lose gears. By lap 60, Mansell had cut Senna's lead in half. But hold on, there's more. Just as Mansell was gearing up for a potential overtake, his own gearbox betrayed him. It shifted into neutral and then second gear, sending the British driver into a spin and out of the race. However, in an astonishing turn of events, Senna faced his own gearbox troubles. He lost all gears except the 6th, leaving him with a serious challenge to maintain control of his car. But against all odds, he managed to keep that 6th gear engaged until he crossed the finish line, a mere 2 seconds ahead of Patrese. This race was a true test of endurance, both physically and mentally, for Senna. The effort was so grueling that he developed muscle cramps so severe that he had to be lifted from his car and even needed assistance to stand on the podium. Now let's fast forward to the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix, where an incredible story unfolded. It was a race on a rain-soaked track, and Jenson Button began in 7th place. At lap 7, a safety car was brought out after Button collided with his teammate Lewis Hamilton, forcing Hamilton to retire from the race. But the real drama didn't stop there. When the race resumed on lap 13, Button received a drive-through penalty for speeding behind the safety car, pushing him all the way back to 15th place. It seemed like things couldn't possibly get any worse for Button. However, hold on to your seats, because fast forward to lap 37, and Button found himself in yet another collision, this time with Alonso, forcing the Spanish driver to retire from the race. But the story doesn't end there. The collision had punctured Jenson Button's car, pushing him all the way to last place and a staggering 1 minute and 40 seconds behind the race leader, Sebastian Vettel. He launched an incredible comeback, swiftly moving up the ranks. By lap 44, he had climbed up to 14th place, and by lap 46, he had overtaken several competitors to secure the 10th spot. With a keen eye on the drying track, Button made a crucial tire change to slicks. With just 5 laps remaining in the race, he had Sebastian Vettel in his sights, but it wasn't over yet. In a heart-pounding twist, Vettel made a costly error on the final lap at turn 6, sending his car into a spin. Button capitalized on the opportunity opportunity, overtaking Vettel and clinching a remarkable victory. It's a comeback story that reminds us never to give up in this sport. Despite everything that went wrong, Button's determination and skill turned a challenging race into one of the most unforgettable rain-soaked triumphs in Formula One history. While rain played a pivotal role in Jenson Button's race, it was an entirely different story for Lewis Hamilton and others at the European Grand Prix. At the start of the race, the Nürburgring circuit was suddenly pounded by a massive rainstorm. The conditions became so treacherous that drivers struggled to maintain control of their cars. The chaos unfolded rapidly. First, Jenson Button spun off the track, and then came Lewis Hamilton. It didn't stop there. Adrian Sutil, Nico Rosberg, Scott Speed, and several others all found themselves caught in the same corner, all within seconds of one another. So, which moment did you like the best? Please do let us know in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe for more great videos.